Listen, I want to talk to you about a bunch of things. First of all, I'd love to talk to you about your writing process.
Writing is something I do in the moment. Somebody says something insightful, something really bright, something phrased just wrong so that it's suddenly really fresh. And I want to be able to write it down in that moment.
So when someone is writing something that's deeply disturbing like that, when you hit those parts of your mind and you come to this pathway, do you say, well, no one's ever going to allow this to be, no one's ever going to do you consider those thoughts, or do you just go through with it first and then review it? Or do you not do that at all?
Don't stop until you hear a glass break. And so I always think the point of writing is to coach yourself to that point that you would never have gone voluntarily, and also to coach your reader to the point where the reader would never have gone voluntarily. In a story like Guts, it's very funny on the front end. And if you told people on the front end where it was going to go, they'd never read that story. But it's very funny and charming and well-paced on the front. And then once people realize where it's going to go, they're already trapped. And so in a way, it's a way
to enjoy that, though. You like the way you said they're already trapped. You seem to take some satisfaction in that.
But in writing it, I'm also sort of springing the trap on myself. Starting down a path that I have no idea is going to be so humiliating or so emotionally upsetting or so dark. Because if I did, I would never go down that path. I typically know that the second act is going to end with a transgression being revealed. But beyond that, I don't want to know, because I want the story to complete itself with its own momentum at that point. And if it doesn't surprise me beyond the second act, then it's not going to surprise the reader. Is that whenever I get stuck, and I say, okay, I'm working on this scene where this happens and this happens and this happens. And my friends will say, there'll always be somebody there with a really fresh take. And it will take the story in a direction that is so unexpected because it's not from my experience. And that's the glory. It's a thin line, especially when I read a story like Guts. Am I entertaining people, or am I bullying them? Am I beating them up? And
how so bullying? Why in that way? Why describe it that way?
Kind of charming them into a story that eventually will make them faint, or eventually will make them retch, or will upset them very deeply. I'm trying to create the opening for people to tell these stories that they never thought that they could tell.